We're live from the NASDAQ market site. It is a busy Monday here. The UN General Assembly gathers today in New York City. An upcoming election in Poland heats up. The U.S. and Iran agree to a prisoner swap, and North Korea's Kim Jong-un is on his way back home from a visit with Putin where he took a train. There's a lot of headlines to keep track of today, but the story that Yahoo Finance's Rick Newman is thinks is worth keeping on your radar: Ukraine. He joins us now with more. Yes, perplexed I was, Rick. Why Ukraine?
Well, we had this news recently about Elon Musk. This goes back to last year, how he supposedly would not turn on Starlink to allow Ukrainians to mount an attack with naval drones in off the coast of Crimea. That was a year ago, but guess what has been happening recently is Ukraine has been attacking Russian boats and ships along the Crimean Coast and in the Black Sea. Without Elon Musk's involvement, apparently. So military analysts I follow have been saying that this is a pretty big deal, that Ukraine recently destroyed a major air defense system that protects Ukraine. That allowed them to attack, I think, 4 ships, including a submarine. 2 were docked and two were out at sea. And this is a potential turning point in the war, because if Russian naval assets are increasingly vulnerable and open to attack from Ukraine in Crimea, they may have to move those back to Russia. Those ships, some of those ships fire missiles at Ukraine. They do other things to project Russian naval power in the Black Sea. And I know people have kind of lost interest in the Ukraine war because we're not getting any dramatic developments like we did around this time last year. But things are advancing nonetheless. So I've been trying to exhort people, do not stop paying attention to this war. Big things are still happening.
Rick, where does the funding stand? Because we know Ukraine has been pressing President Biden for more funding. I was just reading reports that they're potentially asking now for tens of billions of dollars more. Just the pushback that he's getting from the other side, and exactly what the impact that could have on this war with Russia. And
Ukrainian President Zelensky will be in Washington this week to undermine those claims. Ukraine funding could be affected by what seems to be a likely government shutdown. It could then be resolved. But I think Ukraine will be getting plenty, generally speaking, until the presidential election in 2024, and whether to continue funding Ukraine, both military aid and economic aid, is going to be a significant issue in the election.
All right, Rick Newman, thanks so much for bringing us the latest on that.